Good afternoon, Chairman of SUTD Board of Trustees, Mr. Lee Zhu-Yang, President of SUTD, Professor Chong Tao Chung, who was my provost when I was studying here, distinguished guests, faculty, parents, and my soon-to-be fellow alumni. Congratulations to all of you, class of 2019. My name is Sharlene, and I graduated from the pioneering batch from the SUTD pillar. It really feels amazing to be back here in SUTD today, and really thank you so much, Prof. Chong, for the kind shout-out just now. It wasn't so long ago, really, that I was sitting there in the same seats as you all, just waiting to graduate. And usually I know you get the likes of Michelle Obama, Steve Jobs, and other kinds of celebrities going back to their school to give alumni speeches. But today you get me. But in all honesty, when I was asked to do this speech, I was wondering how much 4 years' worth of work experience would produce real wisdom to pass on to all of you. But I was talking with many other alumni, and I realized that there's actually a lot that's happened in just this short span of time. As a pioneering batch student, I didn't have the privilege of having someone who would tell me what it's like to transit from SUTD to the real working world. So today, I would like to tell you the one thing that I wish I knew when I was entering the real world, and that is to be open and stay SUTD. I'm going to talk about being open and staying SUTD in the form of 3 dares. Classic SUTD style, right? And I would like all of you to be doing these 3 dares as you get out to the world. And the first dare is to dare to be different. When you leave this auditorium, many of you will take on different jobs, and some of you maybe haven't even decided what job you like to do. But whatever job you end up doing, it may actually not be what you think you would be doing at first. And this was the case for my friend and previous colleague called Li Ren from class of 2017. He was an EPD graduate who accepted a job offer at GovTech as a software engineer. Despite not learning software engineering skills in SUTD, but on the job, he managed to pick up all the skills needed. At the same time, he brought something unique to the table, which is his product design skills that he's learned from EPD. And he became a very valuable member of my team. So you could be from EPD and end up doing software engineering work. Or you could also be from ASD and end up doing software development work, because everyone secretly loves ICT, right? A friend of mine, Min Cho, from the ASD pillar, did her master's thesis in the area of parametric design. She managed to get the attention of 3 companies during her thesis review for her unique interest in parametric design. And today, she's spearheading digital innovation in the traditional construction firm that she's working in as a computational designer. For myself, I went from doing software engineering to product management. And that meant that I picked up skills in business stakeholder engagement, finance, and even legal work. I hope that all these examples altogether start to paint a picture that just because jobs out there sound traditional, it doesn't mean that you should be doing it traditionally. You can do it in your own SUTD way. You can be as multidisciplinary as you want. Find new ways to break new ground in whatever job that you do. Dare to be different. My second dare to you is to dare to make change. In your first entry into the workforce, you're likely to have to learn how to deal with the B word, bureaucracy. But don't get me wrong, I don't think that bureaucracy is a bad thing in itself, because it protects you from making mistakes that others have made before. But it will get frustrating at times. It is usually the number one thing that people say kills innovation. But the thing is, any company in the world will be happy to have employees that would take the initiative to improve things. But the truth is that it's not easy for people to take time off their day-to-day work in order to find better ways of solving the problems that they face. For the past year, I've been working in a new digital technology team in Temasek, and one problem that we had to solve was how to hire more technical talent, like all of you in the room. I came up with some pretty SUTD ideas to solve this, which is to organize hackathons and to make engineers do pecha-kucha presentations, which is that format of 20 slides of 20 seconds each. I had to make sure that I was communicating well, that I was getting buy-in from various stakeholders, that people understood the intention and benefit of what I was doing. As I tried to implement these ideas, I started having self-doubt on whether they would actually work, just because we've never done it before. But I had many people around me who encouraged me to just try, including my awesome boss, Mark, who's here today, who told me, if you never try, you never know, and that's what he keeps telling me every day. And I'm glad that I listened to him, because today, I've lost count of the number of times that we've run hackathons and sat in pecha-kucha presentations. And because of that, we've managed to hire a bunch of awesome people into our team. The success of this has given our team more confidence to try more and more new things. Innovation is not easy, but 100% completely worth it. Even if you encounter setbacks and failures along the way, it doesn't always mean that you're doing things wrongly. When you get pushback, the first thing to do is not to take it personally, but instead, learn how to communicate better and just try to seek to understand people better. The last thing that you should do is to put limits on yourself, because the sky is the limit, right? When you dare to make change, it has a multiplier effect on the people around you, and they will also be making changes too. So dare to make change wherever you go. My third and final dare to you is to dare to dream big. Ken Chua, an EPD alumnus from the class of 2015, was only 17 years old when he decided that he wanted to disrupt the status quo of people with disabilities getting severely overlooked by society. He focused his time in SUTD on disability design. And at graduation, he launched a design agency called SUTDents, which works with companies to build inclusive products and reshape the way society perceives people with disabilities. Recently, if you haven't heard, Ken got onto the Forbes 30 Under 30 list for his work, which is amazing acknowledgement from the world on the impact that he's made in just such a short period of time. If there's any alumnus that I think you should be learning from in terms of daring to dream big and making things happen, along with all the other inspiring SUTDents that we saw, it would be Ken. And his example, as well as many others, show us that nothing is impossible. So class of 2019, as you graduate today, dare to be different, dare to make change, and dare to dream big. In other words, dare to be a boss, as in B-O-S-S, be open, stay SUTD. Be open to all of what the world has to offer and teach you, but keep up your SUTD's pioneering spirit wherever you go. Let us never stop being the crazy SUTDents that we are, and I can't wait to hear how each and every one of you will go forth to create a better world by design. Thank you.